Buckle up, everyone. We're diving deep into a match that had it all. Tactics, individual brilliance, and a massive win for Bournemouth.
Yeah, their first ever double over Southampton in the Premier League. That's got us sting a bit for the Saints.
You and I both have the match report here, so let's break this down. Where do we even begin with this one?
Well, the storyline that really grabs me is Bournemouth, right? Everyone had them fighting relegation this season.
Yeah, totally.
And here they are pushing for a European spot. I mean, that's Premier League for you. Unpredictable, right?
Absolutely unpredictable. Right out the gate, Bournemouth came out firing 2 goals in the first 16 minutes. Did Southampton just underestimate them?
It's hard to say, but tactically, Bournemouth were spot on. They were pressing high, disrupting Southampton's build-up play.
It seemed like Southampton just couldn't handle the intensity, especially in those opening minutes.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to Bournemouth formation. That 4-2-3-1 really caused problems for Southampton. They overloaded the flanks, especially with Christie on that right side.
Speaking of Christie, he was the catalyst, right? A goal and an assist within those first 16 minutes.
He was everywhere. And his assist to Ouattara for that first goal, talk about a perfectly weighted pass.
It sliced right through Southampton's defense, like a hot knife through butter.
Exactly. And then Christie's goal itself came from a clever tactical adjustment. Bournemouth noticed Southampton's fullbacks were pushing high, leaving space behind Christie, exploited that perfectly with his run and finish.
So it wasn't just individual brilliance, there was a real tactical awareness there.
Absolutely. They had a game plan, and they executed it flawlessly in those early stages.
Now, the report also mentions Semenyo as a constant threat for Bournemouth. What impressed you about his performance?
Semenyo's pace and directness were a nightmare for Southampton's defense. He was always looking to get him behind, and his off-the-ball movement was really intelligent. He'd drift wide, then cut inside, dragging defenders out of position. It was chaos for Southampton.
It sounds like he really stretched their defense and opened up space for his teammates.
Exactly. He was a real handful, and even though he didn't score himself, he created a ton of problems.
Now, despite Bournemouth dominance, Southampton did manage to claw one back late in the first half.
Yeah, Sulemana's goal in the 39th minute was a moment of individual brilliance for Southampton, but it also exposed a slight defensive lapse from Bournemouth. They let Sulemana cut inside onto his stronger foot, and he punished them for it.
So a slight lapse in concentration, but a reminder that Southampton weren't just going to roll over.
Exactly. They showed some fight.
So how did Bournemouth respond to that goal going into the second half?
Well, they weathered the storm and then regained control. Bringing on Tavernier in the second half was a shrewd move by the manager.
Yeah, Tavernier really injected some energy into their attack.
Absolutely. His goal, the third one for Bournemouth, was the dagger. It was a classic counterattack, highlighting Bournemouth's ability to transition quickly from defense to offense.
A real sucker punch for Southampton.
It sealed the deal for Bournemouth, and I think it emphasized the difference in quality between the two sides on the day.
So stepping back and looking at the big picture, what does this result tell us about both teams? Where do they go from here?
Well, for Southampton, 7 consecutive home defeats is a worrying trend. Their inability to control the midfield is a major concern. They need to find a way to stop the bleeding, especially at home.
Tough times for the Saints.
Yeah, on the other hand, Bournemouth are looking like a well-oiled machine. They're tactically flexible, they can exploit weaknesses, and they have a real belief in themselves right now.
Which is dangerous in the Premier League.
It is. Their ability to adapt is impressive, especially for a team that was expected to be struggling. But can they maintain this level of performance against the top sides in the league? That's the big question.
A question for another day, but for now we have to give credit where credit is due. Bournemouth were brilliant.
Absolutely. A well-deserved victory and a statement of intent from a team on the rise.
All right, folks, that's our deep dive into Bournemouth's impressive win. What a match.
Until next time.
Cheers.